That's happening.
What's up, everyone?
How are you doing?
I'm so tired. Technically, I've been up since like 3 o'clock this morning.
Gross.
No.
Yeah.
Don't like that.
Yeah.
I don't.
Energy drink instead of that Topo Chico?
I already had an energy drink. I can't do it again.
We got a
I mean,
ghost
you
energy
could,
drink.
But the consequences might be dire.
Yeah, I can't risk it before Thunderbolts interviews tomorrow. I have to wake up and feel somewhat functional.
All right, let's jump into it. Happy Saturday, everyone. Can't watch live tonight because I'll be catching the late night screening of Legend of Ochi, which is very cool. I like that. But still want to show some support. Also, happy to see Sinners breaking more box office, right?
Yeah.
What did it do? I did not look yet. What did it do?
Neither have I. I told you, don't ask me any questions tonight. I
Sorry,
know nothing.
let me
I
look
will.
that up.
I
Yeah.
can look it up.
Okay.
I can look it up.
record midweek.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Talking about is because there was so much word of mouth that people were literally going to go see it in droves during the week.
Got it. Okay.
I like
Cool.
that. What's today? Today's Saturday, so we wouldn't have weekend box office numbers.
Well,
fair.
I'm just talking about the midweek situation.
Probably.
Okay. Predator Badlands.
Oh, I
That's a
didn't
good
watch
trailer.
it.
It's fun. All my stuff is out there now because yes, we did.
I did watch the other one that has a super chat.
We'll get there. I just saw
Okay.
the Badlands one because I posted on Bloody.
Oh yeah, your
The,
interview.
Well, yeah. So I got to see the
Wait.
first.
Yeah, the interview was for that.
Yeah, no. So I got to see the first 20 minutes of
Oh, yeah,
Badlands,
that's what it
and then
was.
we interviewed Trachtenberg, and I mean it's out there, so I can talk about it. It's fucking cool. The first 20 minutes are. I'm not gonna like spoil anything, but the trailer shows you more than we've seen. What I got to see was very much, as you know, if you've seen the trailer, it is about a predator protagonist. This time, we are following the predator as he is going about like he's a runt. And like his name is Deck. It's one of those I have to prove to my father that I am worth the predator lineage, basically, because his father's like just die. You're not a warrior. You're worth nothing. So he picks the death planet. So he picks this planet that literally is like the worst place you can go for his hunt. And so we get to see like his thought process of doing that. A really cool fight montage with his brother, like training. And then getting to the planet, and there's this like vine fight where he's fighting the forest basically, and it's all these like attacking vines. It's cool, man. Like I love Trachtenberg is what I said about the visuals. It doesn't look like any Predator movie we have ever seen, and it reminds me of what Rian Johnson did with The Last Jedi for Star Wars in a way that was a totally different visual language. Like the first opening shot draws from Akira immediately. It's heavily influenced by like Conan the Barbarian and all this other stuff. So I think Trachtenberg's really going to hit a home run with this Badlands if he pulls it off. Like it's going to be a hard sell having it be the Predator as the protagonist. And we know they would not tell us anything about Elle Fanning's character, but in the trailer they reveal that she's Weyland Yutani. So we are getting an immediate tie-in. Alien, we're there. We're there.
I feel like you could probably read the disappointment on my face.
No, we're there. We are there.
I don't know how much I want that. I feel like I could come up with so many better follow-up questions, but I am just especially curious. How do you spell Deck?
D-E-K.
Okay. I just needed to know
DK.
that answer. That makes sense to me for some reason.
Yeah, it'll be interesting how all that plays out. I agree with that because they were very cagey when they showed us the footage, and we asked, we're like, she kind of looks like an android. Is that going to be an alien Weyland Yutani kind of thing? And Trachtenberg looked at like his PR reps, and they're like, say nothing. And he's like, I can't confirm. And then the first thing the trailer is like,
I think I would
outing
be more excited about that had I liked the recent Alien movie more.
Yeah.
Not that I like strongly disliked it. I mean, we've had this conversation before. I'm like mixed, teetering negative. So like, I still think there's good things in Romulus, but I don't know. I think that movie not working for me makes that feel like not necessarily something that as a fan of both series I'll get excited about, but rather something that movie is now shackled to.
I think that's interesting in the sense that I don't think Badlands will fail in the way that Romulus did to me in a way. I liked Romulus enough, but I think its failures are because it gets so tied down in lore where this will build its own, I hope.
I don't think the movie overall will suffer from the same things I was complaining about in regards to Romulus overall. I just don't want.
Yeah, no, I
just don't want that connection. I don't want it, or at least I don't think I want it. For all I know, they're doing something really smart with it, and I'm gonna wind up changing my tune on it.
Well, and again, it's the immediate tie-in. Like it's the thing that like we wasted no time, kind of like because Prey fucking ruled because it was its own thing.
Yeah.
So secluded. And I agree. Like I get it. I get it. Prey ruled
Bursting
because
at
of
the
that.
seams.
But that's why we're getting Killer of Killers, that other project that's coming out, which I know it's an animated anthology, whatever. But at the same time, that is going to scratch that itch because you are going to get these stories of, okay, Predator goes battle as a Viking, Predator goes battle as a samurai. Like they're taking care of that over here.
Yeah.
And then like one for me, one for you, I
Yeah.
think, in a way.
I play Framed every day.
Yeah.
I feel like
Yeah.
last week, I could say this and spoil it because it was last week. AVP was the thing, and I got it in one. I didn't even realize I knew that movie that well, but like the second one image came up, I'm like, I know exactly
AVP.
what that is.
It's so it's weirdly like it feels like the visual language of the thing, but also like in these like giant temple kind of like ancient ruin. Yeah. I if I saw it, I would see it too. I think pretty easy.
Yeah, it was a good one.
But yeah. So that was sorry. I just want to bring that up because that posted and it was cool, and I saw something that no one will see for a while.
Oh
So
yeah.
that was
Up.
Yep. Up.
Up. I did watch this,
Mhm.
and I have thoughts.
What are your thoughts?
I kind of liked it.
Okay.
Like it's like it's a little cheesy.
Yeah,
like
I know it feels real cheesy.
Like, but it's doing that in a way that makes me feel like they know exactly what it is. You know what I mean?
Correct.
Like they're playing into it, and I think I'm okay with. I'm already excited for this movie. I watched it more times than I can count. It was the one that I went to see in the theaters when I was way too young and felt super cool doing so, and just continue to love that movie.
Did you see this? Is a general question. Like, did you see it before Scream? Like, did you see this?
I know what you did last summer.
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
I saw both movies
Okay.
in theaters when I shouldn't have been allowed
got
to.
it.
So it did go release order, but I was already excited about this movie for that reason, and also because of the people that were involved. So I was surprised to watch this trailer and feel myself like getting amped again.
Yeah, so it was never. I think I said this last time. It was never my favorite of those franchises. Like your urban legends, your I know what you did last summer is like Scream is always going to be the best in that era.
Yeah,
but like this is always second. Like it was always right there, like nipping at the heels, where it feels like the little brother in a way, or the little sibling. So them leaning into it is correct because I know what you did last summer needs to not take itself seriously. Like it just can't. So
again, like high cheese.
Yeah,
like
high
she's yelling, you can't take that seriously anymore.
No, I agree with that. So yes, I'm not overly stoked of all the movies that are coming out this year. Let's say like it's not on the tallest of my list, but all right, I can vibe on the trailer a little bit. I can do it.
I liked it.
I liked
it. It made me happy.
There was another one. There was another favorite crony.
Didn't we do this?
Did we do this?
I feel like we literally just answered this question.
I mean, we might have just answered this question.
I'm telling you, I'm gonna and I'll be able to tell you exactly what we said.
We did.
I think we did.
No, we got asked.
Oh, maybe not. Maybe it was a different filmmaker.
Well, we got asked
Kilmer. In advance and then answer it in your head, maybe.
No, I feel like last week or the week before, someone asked us, "What is your favorite of so and so's filmography?"
Well, no, someone asked us Kilmer when Val.
No, I'm thinking about a director.
Oh, okay, all right.
What Cronenberg movie?
I mean, I don't know. Like, I gotta be boring and probably say
The Fly.
Like, yeah, like I don't.
I mean, I think I'd have to be boring too. I freaking love.
I mean, Videodrome's up there. Like The Fly, Videodrome.
I don't think I could lie to be more interesting. I think I have to say The Fly.
Yeah, I mean, like it hits on everything for me. Like it's practical effects masterpiece. It's Goldblum just absolutely crushing.
Yeah. I mean, also thinking about when I watched Jurassic Park when I was way too young.
Right.
Then I watched the cast other movies, and then I fell in love with The Fly, and then I started to like not only enjoy watching but really appreciating the behind the scenes of practical effects.
Yeah. Okay. So then change it a little bit. What's your underrated?
My underrated.
Maybe not underrated, but like what's your other one then? So like not the obvious one, but like what's one that you would pick that's not obvious? I don't know. It'd probably be Existence.
Ooh.
Existence, however you want to say it. I really have fun with that as like the video game kind of commentary and all the other stuff that comes along with it. Also, the bone guns.
I haven't watched that in
All
forever.
shit. I just rewatched that for a list, so that was cool.
Man, I mean, none of these are underrated.
No, it's Cronenberg. Sorry, underrated. Like, it's hard to kind of get across. Like, obviously, like there is no underrated Cronenberg. He's a fucking legendary.
I mean, I'll just say Dead Zone because I like any.
Oh, Dead Zone.
I like any Stephen King adaptation. That's a lie. I don't like any Stephen King adaptation.
I was gonna say,
but I like a lot of them.
Yeah, I was like,
I
there's
like a lot of them. Can we talk about the Hunger Games casting? Does anybody care but me?
Yeah,
I care a lot. I care a lot. So I gotta pull up. I think we have 4 names. 2 of them I didn't really know. They were, or at least in my eyes, they're newcomers. It's the one who's playing a younger Haymitch, the Woody Harrelson role, Joseph Zada. He seems to be in that show that's coming up soon, We Were Liars. I believe that's a Prime Video show, and I think I'm gonna wind up covering it. So I'm really excited to look out for him in that and see if I, see some things that would speak to how good he'll be in that role. And then another main role here is Lenore Dove. That's so like he comes from District 12, and they're in they're in a relationship. But she doesn't go to the games. He does.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know. I do know her work. She was in the Hocus Pocus sequel.
Not many other people do.
I mean, I watched it. I liked it.
It's cute.
Yeah. No, it is cute. It's cute. And yeah.
Everybody hated Hocus Pocus when Hocus Pocus first came out.
Fucking love Hocus
That's
Pocus.
fair. Who's Jesse Plemons playing?
So that's one of the other ones. And this was one that everyone was like highly speculating about because, him and Philip Seymour Hoffman playing the same character just feels right.
No, that's
for
good.
many reasons. He's a young Plutarch, and the one that really excites me because I'm so familiar with so much of her work, and I can see so many things that she's done leaning into the qualities that I think the actor playing this particular part needs. It's McKenna Grace playing Maisley. So like she goes to the games with Haymitch, and I think that like you know how like you have that character who at the beginning you're like, I don't know if I'm gonna like you, and then all of a sudden they weasel their way into your heart. Like that particular character is probably the one that struck me most, or more so than I had anticipated at the start. And I just think that could be standout casting there. There's still more roles.
Yeah.
Are you just like not into Hunger Games?
No, not at all.
None of it?
Nope.
I've watched them. Like I've seen all the movies.
It's so good.
Ain't my vibe.
Not for me.
She's taken over.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not that she hasn't already.
McKenna Grace has been here. Like,
she's
that's
literally been taking over since like what was it? I, Tanya, when
that young and taking over.
I mean, I think she did more things before I, Tanya, but I
feel like that was like one of the first times where I saw her, you know, like in the FYC scene and like people taking note of her name and all that good stuff. And the amount of stuff she's done since is just absolutely wild and very well deserved. Want to pick another?
Young version of everybody.
We can talk.
Yeah. It was I, Tanya. It was Captain Marvel, and then there's a third.
There's more than that.
Yeah, wasn't it Hill House or something?
Yeah.
No.
Oh yeah, well, Hill House. Yeah.
She's also a baby. Hold on.
There's that. Yeah.
There's lists of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh. We talk football real quick.
Did y'all see the video? The prank caller posing as an NFL exec.
Oh, this happened.
Who is that player?
Shedeur Sanders.
Oh.
But
that's mean.
So it was so messed up because Shedeur Sanders was like supposed to be one of the top QBs going in this draft, and he dropped to the fifth round. That was unheard of. Like no one knew what was happening, and so someone fucked with him during it, which was again horrible.
That's terrible.
He finally got 5th round picked. I don't understand it still. I get why it happened in some ways.
So did someone get him as like a steal?
Well, that's the thing. Like, is he? There's a reason people passed on him. He's Deion Sanders' son, and Deion Sanders like took over coaching duties for his son and like made sure he stood out. And like they went to a bunch of teams, they went to a bunch of meetings with all these execs, and they were the ones that made the choice not to pick him. So like,
that's so mean.
Well, no, that part is mean.
I
but
knew
apparently,
this text was you.
But apparently, like he did, like literally what Doug just said. Like he bombed all the interviews. Like all the interviews, no one wanted to draft him. So the Browns drafted a rookie quarterback, I think the round before, and then got him in the 5th round. So now they have these 2 rookies that are going to have to compete themselves for a job against Joe Flacco. It's whatever it is.
Fascinating.
Congratulations.
Oh yeah, good
Congratulations.
for you.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's a weird choice. Like I don't know why they drafted 2 rookie QBs in the same draft. Like you have other needs.
Who did the best draft?
We did.
Best draft.
I'm glad you're happy. I was most concerned about any Lions pick for your sake.
I was happy, except
Okay,
for the
good.
fact that our first
The
draft
best
pick
draft.
was a Ohio State guy, but
I don't know that. Well, the Titans had a pretty good draft getting Cam. They moved on from Will Levis.
Yeah.
They're done with that shit.
Everyone knew that was going to happen, though.
Everyone did. I
So-
don't know who had the best draft. Like that's rough. The Giants could.
Hmm.
They picked Jackson Dart. They got their.
Yeah.
They got.
I was
but, like, that's
reading
the
a
thing.
little about him
They
because of
traded
that.
up in the 1st round to get Jackson Dart, who everyone was like, "Why'd you trade up to get him?" Like Shador Sanders was right there. Like, what are we doing? Like,
Yeah.
it was just so weird. I don't know. I'm sure we'll talk later when.
Yeah. Oh, I saw a lot of.
We'll talk more football when another chat comes.
A lot of poking fun. What was the last? I can't believe I can't remember his name. The last QB. It's like, oh wait, no, it was Daniel Jones. It's like. We went through
Right.
all of Daniel Jones
And
just
now-
to get.
Jackson
Yeah.
Dart. Yeah. Which again, he could fucking be amazing, but it's just apply like literally like
You never know.
like maybe not. It's that crazy, but he was never going to go in that position, so it was so weird. So the Giants literally felt if they didn't take Jackson Dart at that position, he would have been gone. But crazy, yeah.
I hope it works out for the New York teams because I would
Anyway.
like to have some positivity with one or the other.
I get you. I got high hopes for the Jets and Justin.
Was that? I just knew it.
Just
I
let
just knew it.
Don't engage. Just don't engage.
Nope.
Just don't engage.
the other
Nope.
one's a Jersey team.
Nope.
Don't engage.
Nope.
It's like a toddler. Just don't engage.
What else do we have to talk about?
We can talk about it until dawn.
Until dawn, yeah. So because I was insanely late tonight, we'll keep it to 45. We'll talk. Wait, before, so like we'll go to Until Dawn, and for anybody who hasn't seen it yet, don't worry about spoilers. We'll do a non-spoiler review, and then we'll give you a very clear warning when we talk spoilers. But before that, the social embargo on Thunderbolts did lift.
Oh, it did lift. Okay.
And I was allowed to share something, so I could basically just tell you what I already wrote on social. I liked it. I liked it.
Like is good.
Yeah.
Like is good.
Yeah, people, I shouldn't generalize, but maybe some people out there struggle with, we talk about this a lot, with the in-between. It's like either I love it or I hate it, and there's nothing in between that's valid whatsoever.
Most movies are just good.
I will say this skews like way more positive than in between, though. I did like it a lot. The criticisms that I noted is like every now and then there's like a pacing blip, or there's a couple little plot points that I found a little thin, but the build still works really well in terms of a bunch of like misfit characters, a bunch of outcasts, a bunch of anti-heroes finding purpose by coming together and making a team. And I was
So like that's.
It's Guardians.
I was gonna say
So
like generalized.
That's
like,
also what I wrote. What I wrote in my reaction is, admittedly, yes, Guardians does it better, but I still think Thunderbolts does it very effectively. The thing about Thunderbolts that really wowed me, though, is how it approaches tackling mental health. It essentially makes it like, I also compared it to Inside Out too. It essentially takes a battle with things like depression, self-worth, like etc., and it turns it into a villain. If that makes much sense.
I'm excited to see. I'm not going to press you on it, obviously, because I want it's just a social reaction.
So, like, you know how I always say that I love one of the reasons of why I love movies is because it can help you process like our day-to-day things easier than tackling them head on by seeing them in a fantastical story like this. That's exactly what this does. It turns those like inner demons that a lot of us carry around for various reasons into like this thing, this like concrete thing. I don't know. You look very confused.
Well, no, like I need to see it now. Like I need to.
I was very impressed.
I was going to see it anyway, but like that is I'm going in now with that in my mind, and now I'm curious to see how that comes to fruition.
Yeah, I dug it. And Jake Schreier, I had trusted before, and he made do on that trust.
Nice.
Okay, Until Dawn. People know what I think. I posted a video. What do you think? Non-spoiler. Non-spoiler.
Until Dawn, non-spoiler reaction.
Wait.
Okay.
I brought a thing.
Yet.
I brought a thing.
We'll hold on that.
I forgot. I brought a thing.
Is this Until Dawn related?
No.
Okay,
that's why I meant to do it before.
Never mind. We'll hold on Until Dawn.
It was sitting outside my door when I got home. So I just got a creepy unmarked box.
I love that.
I'm gonna open it.
I hope it's. Actually, I don't know what I hope it is.
Oh, so I don't know if I'm supposed to share all of this information.
Oh, that's fun.
So just in case. Can anybody read that? That's what it's for. It's for Bring Her Back.
Oh, that's fun.
And I'm gonna hold.
Yeah. Oh, we're gonna have to watch a video.
Maybe. You didn't show anybody. It's camcorder.
It is a full camera.
Camcorder. Okay. You're all getting a first look. Anyone remember how to use these things?
Wait, no.
Yeah. There's probably video. Yeah, there's videos on it. Here, wait. Okay.
I don't know.
Oh, I got it. Oh no,
wait. Hold it. Where have you hold out?
Nope. Cancel. Oh no, it's this button. Yeah. Creepy building.
Creepy building. There's a video playing on the thing. Okay.
Wait. Ow.
Oh, baby.
People can see it.
It's just an abandoned building kind of deal.
There's more.
There's
more. No, there's more. That was 8. That one's labeled 8. See? This is 2.
Oh.
It's a person. What is that? A lizard?
Yeah.
Did I make that up?
No, I think he's kissing a lizard.
He's kissing a lizard?
Yeah, he's kissing a lizard.
Is this fun or weird or?
I don't know.
I don't know either. I'll show you guys one more and then I'll post the rest on social. Wait, no, that one's too short.
That one's over in a second.
Oh, there's a person.
Creepy person.
Close up.
That's cool.
Show that one.
That's cool. All right. I like a little marketing play like that. That's fun.
Yeah, I like when they send, like things with like in-world vibes that bring the movie into our lives. You know what I mean?
I'm trying to think of other things that have done something like this.
Oh no, I have a camcorder.
Oh, does it actually work too?
Yeah, I mean it must. I mean they etched it up and put stickers on it and shit, but I imagine it still works.
I've never really gotten. I'm trying to think of like fun stuff like that. I've gotten a ton of stuff, but I've gotten like booze and things of that nature. I haven't gotten like an interactive. I don't think.
I like.
The Viewfinders were fun. The Viewfinders for First Omen and one of them. There were 2 horror movies we got them for. One was First Omen, I remember.
First Omen. The other one.
What's the other one?
Oh, it was. You're right. It wasn't a horror movie.
One of my favorites was, what was it, 2017 when Raw came out, and they sent us all cake fingers, and then we ate the fingers, and it looked good, and it was good cake.
Yeah. And again, I've gotten tons of stuff I use like on a daily basis, like blankets. Hell yeah!
I forgot what movie this was. Blanket. It might be the Sinister sequel where like creepy twins showed up at my door and gave me a very real looking rat. Yeah. I think that was a fairly memorable one. Trying to think of anything else. One of my favorite things that I kept was, you kept it too, was the moose from Mitchell's versus the Machines. Where is it? That one made me really happy, and also people can't see. Marcel the Shell. I kept Marcel too. Oh, well, that's kind of nice.
Moose.
That's very cute. Okay, back to Until Dawn. Woo!
He's fine. Okay. He's what?
Honestly, the whole thing shook. I thought the computer was going to go over.
But how is the computer?
The books are a little on the edge. Take it away, Matt. Non-spoiler thoughts on Until Dawn, finally.
Okay, non-spoiler thoughts on Until Dawn. Coming at it completely from a film standpoint and not thinking about it as a video game adaptation, it feels like Cabin in the Woods for beginners. It's trying to do the meta commentary on horror rules. It's trying to, like, as the game does, poke fun at horror movies themselves. But I think it's kind of jumbled. I think it's kind of all over the place. I think it's trying to have fun with a grab bag mentality and keep you guessing. But in doing so, I don't think it actually forms a strong narrative throughout the entire thing. I feel like it's a bunch of scenes put together that are like, here are a string of spooky scenes, but they don't really mean as much. Like once the movie ends, I had fun with it enough. I wrote a 3 out of 5 review, so I edged right on positive.
That's exactly where I would land.
But I think if I waited until now, I would go 2.5. I think I would go negative. I think I was a little nicer to it in the moment, but stepping back and like really thinking about it, because I wrote the review, but then I did write a piece for IGN that I posted today, and it basically is why it's a really bad adaptation.
Well.
And it's a god awful adaptation of Until Dawn. That is a problem. And the more I wrote that piece, the more my actual opinion of the film dropped. Because at the end of the day, it is an Until Dawn movie. So did you fulfill the promise of giving me enough to feel the game's presence in it? And the answer is fucking no.
Because the intention was that the time loop part was supposed to make you feel like you were doing the choose your own adventure style game, right? I didn't. The intention. It did not. I didn't. Yeah. I didn't feel that.
But it's not even just the choose your own adventure. I get how they tried to translate the choice-based nature of it, and they do the choice-based because they are making choices to die every night so they can all live. Like I get that part where choice is a part of it. What killed me is death is so permanent in the game. Like the entire thing was. When you're playing the game, if you get a character killed, that alters everything from there forward. You don't get to just restart and try to save him again. Like, that character is dead. Cool. Your entire playthrough has that character dead now, and your playthrough is going to be completely different because that character is dead. Like, death means something. And in this movie, death meant nothing. Like, I didn't get any of that coming through at all.
It's Until Dawn.
Yeah, it's Until Dawn.
It's an adaptation.
It's made by Sony. It's literally an adaptation of the game.
Yeah. I'm not coming at this movie from the perspective of someone who is super familiar with the game. I obviously know about it through you and a few other people who really enjoy it, but this was kind of new-ish territory for me. But I still don't think it quite worked as well as it needed to. Again, I enjoyed it in the moment. As someone who loves the horror genre, as someone who loves horror movie magic, so like the blood and the gore and the kills and all that stuff, I had a good time. And I think it earned that 3 out of 5. When it comes to the actual story, in particular, what is essentially the inciting incident of the whole thing, I think that fell completely flat for me. I actually think it could have been a stronger movie if they removed the plot point that because Clover's sister went missing, that's what gets them to Glory Valley. You don't need that. Just have a bunch of unsuspecting friends stumble upon that place, try to stay in that welcome center, and then they get caught in the loop. Because I think what did work story-wise was, or not, I guess not script-wise, but I just appreciated it because of the cast chemistry. I liked them together. Like, I liked watching them kind of figure out their dynamic and how to apply that to the situation that they were in.
Yeah, what are you talking about? Like, sorry, like I'm just highlighting this one more time. Like,
that's like saying a sequel or an anthology is an
it is.
Didn't we actually have something? Wasn't there something like that at the Academy Awards that I'm just thinking about, where something was filed as an adapted?
Oh, maybe. That I don't know.
It was Barbie.
Oh, okay.
Barbie was the one that we got mad that
Yeah,
it was
but
adapted, but it didn't need to.
Anyway,
there was another one.
It's an
where
Until
because
Dawn
it was
movie
a sequel.
that is
It
based
was
on the game.
filed under adapted and not original. I don't know.
Oh, it's Glass Onion.
Was it?
It was
Glass Onion.
Oh, I think you might be right.
And they were like, well, it's
Interesting.
It's Agatha Christie. We were like, it's
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Agatha Christie, but
Right.
it's not really.
That might not be what I'm thinking about. I feel like it was because specifically it was a sequel. Anyway, that's besides the point.
So I agree with what you say. Number one, so playing off this, I do think it falls apart in the third act so tremendously. And it's so funny to say this, but Until Dawn is at its worst when Until Dawn is trying to be Until Dawn. I know that's a weird way to say it.
I
but
get that.
Everything it does, let me say it this way: it positions itself so far from the game, and it wants to do something so incredibly different from the game for so long that it feels like a betrayal to, at the end in the third act, wind everything back and be like, "But just kidding, here's all your Until Dawn Easter eggs and stuff like that." And man, without spoiling things, the character that we all know is there for a reason, who is in the game and is playing the same character here, is very obviously doing so. Like, all of that explanation and the way they turn that for the movie, it's so bad.
That also did not work for me at all.
I'm trying not to say anything, but the way they villainize a certain character and the way that they use him as the big bad instead of so many other things, like, I don't know. The one tweak they made and the one thing they tried to do, no explanation, no sense to it, and it's just over like a flash.
In my dream world, it wasn't called Until Dawn. It was its own original story, and it was just a group of friends who got caught in a time loop where it's a new horror movie every single rotation. And
I agree with that. That would have been so much better, because then it tried to shoehorn Until Dawn in later, and it was just
actually. If it had done what I just suggested too, because I do think the movie as is already feels like a love letter to the genre, but I think there could have been a really good meta quality if it ditched Until Dawn and didn't chase all of the things the game had done, had just been about a group of friends who get caught in the time loop, where each time loop is essentially a different horror movie. Because I think a lot of the kill scenes they're pretty well executed.
Yeah,
like
the kills are great.
Good. They're good.
Those are great.
The problem with the kills, though, is almost every single one feels like it's good, but I've seen it done better elsewhere.
Yeah, I'm not gonna argue that part on it.
But if they had done the meta twist, there could have been something really cool to play into in that respect.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. I think David F. Sandberg is a good horror director. Like, I stand by his Annabelle. I stand by Lights Out.
I like him a lot.
I think he can do visual scares very well. He knows the DNA and the visual language of horror tremendously. So I think that stuff works for him. But that only translates here in the kill scenes. Like, nothing's ever really that scary to me. Like, I don't think there were any good jump out of your seat scare moments. I think there were some good gore moments.
I think the first one was pretty effective.
I thought its scares were really lazy.
Yeah, like
whether effective or not, they were lazy.
I can understand that.
This was actually really funny. There's a part in the movie where, as we have said, it's a time loop, so they have to do it over and over and over again, and they do like 3 full run-throughs in cinematic time. So we see like the first 3, and then all of a sudden it speeds over like 10, And I'm sitting there going like, they're not even going to give us a montage. Like, what's going on? We don't get a montage of all the monsters they had to face, and then we do in these cell phone clips.
Yeah,
and it does one of the most frustrating things as someone who loves found footage, because you're basically watching cell phone footage for a few of the nights, and it's like a speed run through of here's monster, here's death, and then they start putting this glitch overlay on it, so you can't see half of it. And I'm like, that's just the cheapest bullshit ever. Like, I hate that stuff.
It was such a bummer, too, because one of the things that it popped the most for me in the trailer was relegated to that. And I'm like, I wanted to see more of that.
Yeah, that was frustrating. It was weird choice after weird choice. But then you'd get a really good scene, like the bathroom scene. And I won't say why it is, because I knew something was about to happen, but I didn't know that was going to happen. And it's so fun. I was howling that entire scene. So it's like,
I will get that scene is so much fun, but I also recently saw that done twice.
I know.
Better.
I know.
But it's good. It's good. Like, it is really good. For anybody who loves that kind of horror effects work like we do, go look at David F. Sandberg's YouTube channel. He puts out some of the best filmmaking. I love watching his stuff, and he's got a really great piece about Until Dawn on his YouTube channel. I highly recommend it.
Yeah, but I mean, like, it's seen it before. But that's, again, like, that's why it's Cabin in the Woods 1.0. Like, it's not trying to do any.
Out.
Oh, that I actually don't know.
Just curious.
But like, it feels like a sleepover movie in that way. It feels like something that like kids would watch at a sleepover and like
I don't think it's
have
bad.
fun with. No, that's not a bad thing. That's
C+.
a good thing. But C+ cinema score. Yeah.
That's gonna probably be a rough weekend to drop, if not rough.
It's
opening.
it's the problem of feeling inconsequential, and it's the problem of feeling like the movie doesn't really have a direction. It's just pushing forward because it has to. Like, I don't think there's a strong narrative pull going through things. It's here's horror things.
Well, it's because the spine of the movie is meant to be the sister thing, and it doesn't work. It doesn't work at all.
Yeah, but again, like tying it more to Until Dawn itself and like all that stuff, it just makes it worse. Man, I'm trying to stop myself because like there's some spoiler stuff I would love to say, but I won't because it's opening weekend, obviously. And
we literally spoil every movie with a spoiler warning on opening weekend.
That is true. But that's what I'm saying.
we will do it in just a couple minutes, actually.
Okay, let's fucking spoil shit.
All right. You want to spoil shit?
Fucking spoil, man.
All right. At the very least, I'm gonna change that from Until Dawn. Save. Post. Okay. One and only warning. He's going to spoil the shit out of this movie. If you have not seen Until Dawn, this is when we say goodbye and we say see you later. Do you want to plug anything before we lose everyone? Or some people?
Yeah, just find me at Donatobomb, DONATOBOMB, and that's going to be Blue Sky Letterboxd and Instagram. Also follow my podcast, Certified Forgotten, where we talk about horror movies with 10 or less critic reviews on Rotten Tomatoes. So if you want some horror movie recommendations you probably haven't heard of, Certified Forgotten.
Go on the Collider Ladies Night channel and watch all of the Yellow Jackets ones that are already up and running. And stay tuned. We're not posting one this weekend because we're waiting for the next episode of Handmaid's Tale because Yvonne Strahovski's back on the show. And she is just the friggin' coolest. I love her so much. We are filming one that will release next weekend. So ties to a certain movie. I'm not saying any names or titles out loud because you know how I am with that. The second I say it goes away. So not going to do that until it's in the can. All right. Until Dawn spoilers. Take it away.
It is such a bullshit cheap pop to put the lodge at the end. Okay, so did you understand anything about seeing the name Joshua Washington on a...
Should I?
No, that's the thing. Like,
no.
If you have played the game, you would understand that Rami Malek's character in the game, who is basically is one of the main characters, and in the game, he is trying to prank his friends as a killer, and like it's so cool. The way the story is told is so cool, but he is there because his sisters went missing a year. Like is there. Yeah. All that stuff is continuity, so like that connects to it. But there's no Peter Stormare. Like he's in the game, but he's a hallucination in the game because he is Josh seeing a hallucination of his therapist, who didn't want him to go through with his weird revenge plan, And so like he doesn't really, the way he fucks with you in the game is really cool. It's really a fun way. The chapters start with
It wasn't
him
cool
talking.
in the movie.
So in the movie, making him just the mad scientist kind of character who's doing experiments, like that's so fucking lazy. Like it's so boring and so easy. And like the way that Until Dawn, written by Graham Resnick and Larry Fessenden, who did a great fucking job writing the game and were not asked back for the movie, and I wish they were, because Doberman and Blair, Gary Doberman, I got issues with sometimes. I don't think he's a great horror writer.
I like Gary.
I'm sure he's a great guy. I don't think he should have been given the keys to so many things at this point because they have not turned out well.
I like Annabelle Comes Home a lot. You don't like that one?
I think it's fun. I think it's lazy.
I think that movie is such a good time.
Didn't he do Salem's? Didn't he write that at least?
I never even watched it.
Yeah, it's terrible. Yeah, I don't know. I just think it goes in line with his writing in so many ways. And again, it's him and Blair Butler, I think, who did The Invitation. So I don't know. It just that ending though. What is so frustrating is David Sandberg this whole time has been saying that this movie is a direct continuation of the game, which would mean it would have to come after everything Josh did at the lodge. But the stinger is seeing the lodge on the camera and suggesting that that's where we're going next. So now, is this a prequel into the game? Are we going to get Josh go? Like, none of it makes sense. Like, what he's saying before doesn't make sense now. And also, I think it's a really cheap pop just to be like, hey, you know how this movie had nothing to do with anything you know about Until Dawn? Well, look, here's the lodge that you all know from the game. And it's like, fuck you.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Yeah, I mean, that also speaks to the credit questions that we discussed a little last week. Well, someone did a not necessarily an interview, but wrote a feature piece. I didn't read the whole thing because it was when I was getting off the plane. But fuck, I wish I could remember at the very least the outlet that posts this. I'll look at my history and share it in the comments if I can later. But there is some discussion that's worth looking up because the folks who wrote the game are not credited in the film, which is
that's Larry and
which
Larry
is
and
a head scratcher. But especially when you bring up like
how well done it is.
Well, but also like even more direct connectivity to the source material. I just didn't think. I guess I didn't think that was allowed.
Well, and I was gonna say like the Wendigos are a carryover, so that is a direct tie because Wendigos are the threat in the game. That's like Josh's killer. He's using practical effects and special effects to like make his friends think awful shit's happening, but it's fun. Like that, like you find out later, oh shit, this guy's just a lunatic and he's doing this. So the only threat is the Wendigo at that point. And again, it's such a better story because the Wendigos in the game. There's a mining accident that is referenced in the movie. So it's kind of the same thing in Glore. But the Wendigos come about because all the miners start eating themselves and they turn into the Wendigos because they cannibalize. And so they haunt the hill now or the mountain now. And like they are this like presence who, you know, dumb kids who go to the lodge now are hunted by the Wendigos. But like it's such a cooler.
I like that.
Right. It's a cooler background of like in the 50s, a bunch of miners ate each other and turn into Wendigos.
That's nuts.
Where in this one it's like, oh, but like if you just don't survive a few times, you turn into a Wendigo. Like it just removes all of the really cool lore from it. And like it's not a Wendigo too, right? It doesn't even know how a Wendigo works, but it's like they just use the Wendigos again because they are in the game, but they didn't put any thought into it. And that's how all the Easter eggs feel to me. Like the way it tries to tie to the quote like tie is a big fucking quote too there because it doesn't really tie there.
I guess we could talk about this stuff now.
We have Ready or Not at Home.
Sorry,
exactly.
Blood cannons have been done better by both Ready or Not and Abigail.
And Spontaneous.
Fucking
that too. No, I like 100%.
It's like it will always be a cool effect to
me.
But also I thought the first time it happened in that scene was like real cool. And then it was I guess the last one was
I like the continual. I do like the continual, just like the oh shit, I'm next, and then explosion.
I did. I liked it, but again, I'll just repeat exactly what I said in the non-spoiler portion. I liked it, but have seen it done better.
Yeah, 100. And I think the seen it done better is what's even more frustrating because it's just across the board. The slasher isn't really. I don't know. The slasher stuff works, but it's not really thrilling.
It worked for me, especially in the first one when it was like a new thing, and like the thrill or the fear of them being hunted. I felt that, and then every time the slasher came back, I didn't.
Yeah, I felt it
feel
less and less. And
anything.
And I think the conversation too is like the.
Oh wait, bring up the character thing you were talking about before too, because I think that's a good point.
Wait, which one, Doctor Peter Stormare or?
Oh, I thought you were gonna say how they like tried to make what's his face like an asshole. Never mind, I misinterpreted what you said earlier.
Which wait,
Like
go back to it.
The friend group when they try to make him. Now I can't remember his fucking name, his character name. The one that was not part of the friend group.
Oh,
he's
Abe?
A boyfriend.
Oh, fucking Abe. Yeah.
Where they try to make Abe the jerk
Well,
that fucks them all over. I thought that's what you were referring to.
Oh no, not at all. Like that is a new dynamic being that kind of thing. No, I get that. No, the game does a really good job with Josh and like the way that he gets them there to mess with them, but then the Wendigos are a real threat, and it's like, oh fuck, like there's an actual thing. But no, I was just gonna say too, like I never wanted Until Dawn to be a 1-to-1 adaptation of the game. That would have been boring as hell. Like I'm not asking for it to.
That sounds like a game. A really good story though.
But the game itself is a movie. You're playing a movie at that point. So it's like if you're gonna do a video game adaptation of something, I don't think Until Dawn was ever the right thing to choose in the first place. Like it has a fan base. It has all the things you want. I get that. But it's already a movie. It's not something like a platformer. It's not something like a Halo or something like that. This is a movie. So doing it 1-for-1 would have been boring as hell too. So you had to find a way that like got the core concept of death is this horrible thing and the butterfly effect and go that way. But it never does. Like it's so weird how the way they did it completely neutered the best thing about the game. Like again, inconsequential is the word I'll keep using because this movie has no stakes. Like I never felt them. It was just, we gotta die and then just do it again in the morning. And like
other than that one scene, I didn't feel the stakes all that much. But like what kept me very happy was it's like another horror movie. Again and again and again and again. And that I found thrilling. I'll agree with Mirror Domains. I wanted that so badly. I was getting Troll Hunter vibes, and all I want is more Troll Hunter in my life.
Troll Hunter, also the creepypasta, the one that like comes, it's the coming through the door and like it's bigger than everything.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
It's actually David F. Sandberg. Yeah, skinny tall man. There was a skinny tall man. But again, Sandberg was like, "Yeah, we just built a small doorway, and I just came out of it, and like it's so cool to do that stuff."
Yeah, I feel like this conversation made me sound more like on it than I really was. Like I did like it, and I think that
I do go a little more.
I don't know. I would still go 3 out of 5, but I don't know. This is one of those situations where I'm really curious if I ever revisit it. If I tip one way or the other more.
I don't think this one does better on a rewatch, if I'm being completely honest with you.
No, because it's only benefits that it's fun.
I would think that, but like sometimes you just want like mindless fun in the genre of your choice.
Yeah, but there are better just funs out there.
Yeah, and this one's just fun relied on surprise. This one's just fun. Like the bathroom scene, I'll still have fun with it, but it'll never be as good as seeing it for the first time. So like its problem being how bad the story is, that's the problem. That's the stuff you have to now stomach without having the surprise.
Not to bring it back to Thunderbolts, but that goes straight into one of the things that I flat out wrote in my social, so I'm not going too far. But the idea of, yes, the movie is like an effective blockbuster superhero thriller, but it also has the ability to strike a chord on a deeper level. And while the former is fun, it's the latter that makes it a great, memorable watch.
Okay. I like that.
It's like kind of the same thing. It's like the horror of it all and the scare set pieces can be great, but how much value do they have if they don't have a good story to back them up?
Exactly that. That's the problem.
Yep.
And the last thing was, again, Peter Stormare being like, the first time you see him, it's like, cool, you cast him again. Of course he's playing Dr. Hill. He's not the gas station attendant. That's ridiculous.
Was that ever a secret?
They tried. Like, literally, Sandberg tried to say, like, oh, it's just like a fun little nod back or something like that. He's like, he's not playing Dr. Hill, don't worry. And then, like, they out it so quick. But again, to me, it's boring to make him the bad guy. I don't know why, but I felt It was incredibly boring. Fucking
Like
idiot.
his ears. I can't.
You batty bat.
I don't know. It's just there's so many other fun things you can do, and you chose the one that's just all right. The crazy guy. All right, cool. Like I liked it more in the game when he's not a threat. Sorry, like threat is he is a little bit threatening at the time, but I don't know. You have to figure things out, and this one just threw facts at you and goes, "Here's the bad stuff. We game over." And like, boring.
Yeah.
The thoughts aren't there.
To end this on a positive note, though, look at that.
What's up? Let's say that I'm working for a publication running reviews. Nice. The smaller one. That's fine. We all started the smaller ones, but thanks for your advice, Matt. Hell yeah.
That's
I
awesome.
have potential to try and talk to people about press invites. Yeah. It's just,
Congratulations.
Once now that you have an outlet, so now you use that outlet's name as long as they allow you to, obviously. Like you sell first and then you go from there and be like, hey, I'm reviewing for this. You go to the press. That's how you do it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And one more soupy. We did talk a little football earlier,
Talk a little
Caleb.
football. I'm just trying to think of other big to-dos. I mean, well, still don't have Rodgers. Fucking
Fuck that guy.
Aaron Rodgers is not signed. Pittsburgh did not draft a quarterback. I'm almost positive because I think they're going so hardcore.
For Aaron Rodgers?
Yeah. I'm just making sure they didn't draft one.
And what is he playing
they
hardball
have,
with them?
Oh no, there's 6. They got a quarterback in the 6th round. But that just means they have a 6th round rookie, Skylar Thompson and Mason Rudolph. So like I think they're still banking hardcore on Aaron Rodgers. I don't know. I'm curious to see what that dude does.
I'm just glad he's not in New York anymore.
I know.
Tomlin to ruin his.
Tomlin would be great for Rodgers. Yeah, they would.
Oh, I don't think he will. I think Rodgers.
No, he'd be
quit before the season ends, and that is very funny.
Rodgers would be. Tomlin would be great for Rodgers in the way that we would all love. That is hell yeah. I mean, it's I wouldn't lose. I respect Mike Tomlin. Like fucking that dude is so good at what he does. And honestly, like again, I want to see him there because Tomlin won't take his shit. Like he's not going to get the steamroll like he does in other teams if he didn't. Yeah, like literally, he does not suffer fools. Like legitimately, like, and he's got 2. He's got DK now and George Pickens trying to start fights out there.
Super sticker.
What's up? Super sticky.
We look at it after.
Thank you, Wolf Status.
Thank you.
I'm excited. There's a lot of moving and shaking happening.
I can't wait for fantasy football season.
It's gonna be interesting. Ashton Genty going to the Raiders. The best running back, bar none, in the draft went to the Raiders, and I'm very curious to see. They have O-line problems.
Well, Raiders had a shitty situation for running back last year, right?
Well, they had a shitty situation because they let who went to the Packers? I'm blind.
I'm sorry. Am I right in saying everyone was like draft Zamir White for your running back? I took him, and then he did nothing.
So that was the thing.
And then there was someone else who kind of like
Josh Jacobs. Okay, so sorry.
But
Josh Jacobs the year before was their
running back. No,
he did good. Don't get me wrong, but like they've had O-line problems for the last 2 years. So everyone's excited for drafting the best running back. He was still
quite the fantasy force.
But last year, they didn't have Josh. No. They only had Zamir White. They had Alex Mattinson, I think. Didn't they have Mattinson?
No, it was someone else.
I don't know if drafting the running back solves the issue for them because their line is still that bad. Amir Abdullah. Yeah.
Went back and
I don't know. I'm curious with the Raiders. I think they made some really big. I mean, they got the best tight end.
How'd the Chargers do?
I think fine.
That's my team. That's my LA team of choice.
Yeah.
I just want to. I want to watch the Chargers.
I mean, like, listen, they got Najee Harris. Like, they did not in the draft, obviously.
Yeah.
But like,
Najee fucked me in so many fantasy football seasons, though. I don't know if I want to watch him.
No, but it's weird though because they got Najee and then they didn't re-sign J.K. Dobbins.
Oh yeah,
but I think they did draft a rookie, like a rookie running back. Like it's just a weird. It's weird how they're going about it. I guess to say, they did get Trey Lance. That's so funny.
No, that's random. I remember stashing Trey Lance, whatever his first year was, and then he never did anything.
Yeah, Omari and Hampton. Yeah, so that they like I don't know, they just have these really weird amalgamations of like, why do we have Najee Harris? Why do we draft one, but also have Kamani Vidal, who we drafted last year's running back? Like all that shit. I don't know.
All right.
I don't know.
It's Din time.
Yeah, we're good.
All right, everyone. We will see you next weekend. Have a good one. Goodbye. It's Saturday. Happy Saturday. Goodbye.